Hi, everybody.
Sip, sip.
Mm, I am enjoying my mushroom infused coffee, so I'll be up probably all night because it's good for my brain.
I'll see you on the flip side.
There you go. There you go. So, oh, everybody, this is Back and Forth with Jamie and Gerald, and we are specifically talking about deck temptations. So as we think about this, oh, here I have a banner for this.
Bum, bum, bum.
Deck temptations.
Mhm.
In the description are the four things that we're going to look at, plus maybe one. If you would like to do a video response, a VR to this, feel free. Use the hashtag. Use the Octothorpe Deck Temptations.
Have
Uh,
fun. That's the
yes,
key.
yes, have fun with it. So, and we have Twisted Sushi is here. Hello, hola.
Hola,
Beth,
Beth.
Aspasia Rising. Good to see you. Julie Kusha Watts is picking kids over us. Cheers.
Woot,
Good
woot.
choice.
Mhm.
And Marita is here. Hello. Buenvu. Bienvu. I don't, I'm mispronouncing that. I'm probably doing all sorts of things to that. I'm so sorry.
Bienvenue, probably. I don't know.
I don't know. Is it Latvian? Because okay, Plucky Heroine is here. Hello, Plucky. Yes, and Plucky is reminding everybody. Oh man, where'd it go? Where's my best chatters? I
Oh no, he's missing a card.
am totally missing a card.
Can you see the anxiety begin?
You were totally right. It's like, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, because I accidentally put it away. Best chatters. I'm not keeping the snort count today. I'm not going to do it, but that was one. Um, and we've got Deanne, Blue Crescent
Yeah.
Arrow here. Yes. Deck Temptations. This may be up your alley,
Mm-hmm.
or this may tempt you to be doing a VR. Well, look who's here. Jonathan is here. Hello. We are temptations. That's true.
Woot, woot.
True. You know, pity the fool who can't handle us and our
Mhm.
temptations. So, um,
Mhm.
Martha Bean is here. Hi, Martha. Good to
Hi.
see you. Have you met Jamie? Jamie, have you met Martha?
I haven't, but hi, Martha.
Martha, this is Jamie Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. You know,
Mhm.
so um, uh, bienvenue, bienvenue. Okay,
There you go.
it's
I said
French.
it right, and it's French.
Of course, Jamie did it right.
I used to live right across the border from France, so
Love it, love it. Hershey is here. Hershey, the shadow reader. Hello, Hershey. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. Okay, getting caught up, getting caught up. Yeah, maybe up my alley.
yeah. If you decide to do it, let me know so that maybe I can tune in because I have not been able to catch you, much to my dismay.
Yeah. Pisces greeter, TK is here. Hi. Good
Hello.
to see you. And Nancy Crohn's intuition.
Hi.
Yes, Nancy got a great reading from Terry, Betsy, and I supported them.
Nice.
That was good. All right, so
We are caught up.
we are caught up. So this is inspired by. Oh, I'm glad Nancy's here for this. This is inspired by a video which is linked in the description that Nancy and Mel were having a couple of Saturdays ago, where they were going to talk about things that tempt them to buy a deck.
Right.
However, like many people, they got distracted by the best chatters and good conversation, and they didn't quite get to that. But Jamie and I were talking about that, and it's like, ooh, this is really good.
Yeah, so we were going to bounce off of what they started, but kind of create our own kind of thing.
Yes, and so that's where we have come up with Deck Temptations. Tony is here. Hi, Tony. Good to see you. Martha Bean has lurked you before. So,
All right.
all of the links and all that good stuff are below, as well as a little bit more information. So anything you want to say before we get into this?
No.
The one thing that I will say is that I encourage everyone to know your limits and purchase responsibly. We are not trying to sell you any decks.
Nope.
You do you. But we're talking about the things that tempt us into purchasing a deck. Pamela Batchelor is here.
Hi, Pamela.
Good
Hello, friend.
Oh, and I say, we're going to do this today, and then it doesn't happen. Oh, well. Hey, I've never done that.
Not with me, you have.
Not with Jamie, who's like, okay, now back to the point. Point. Yeah, and you're right. Exactly. So, all right. So we're looking at this from you came up with the 4 C's. Tell us what the 4 C's.
Oh, crap. There we go. So it's a jewelry kind of thing, right? And I know cut, clarity, color, and carat. And so we were kind of going to bounce off of that.
Yes. And we're not defining the color, clarity, cut, or carat at all. That's for you to figure out. And for when you do your own response, you can.
Yeah, it's just us having fun with it.
Yes. We're having fun?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's the job.
Fun. Yeah.
It's the job.
It's okay. So the first one, let's talk about color.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
So I have in my collection probably max 3 black and white decks, and they're only one of them is super important to me. So I'm not going to mention the other 2. So color is a big thing for me. Anything that is yummy, juicy colors. I'm a kid in a candy shop. I gravitate towards the bright and shiny, right? And the pinker the better. Or purple or something like that. So do you want me to show a deck that I would?
Sure. Go for it.
So this is the bag. It's Kelly Bear.
Oh,
It's oracle size. Note the color. Beautiful ribbon. Yes. But it holds in the box the Boo Tarot.
Oh, I do not have this deck.
Yeah. The only thing I noticed about it today is I haven't pulled it out because it hasn't been this season. And I've straightened it out, but it did have one hell of a bow all on its own. So I've had a big piece of jasper sitting on it the whole time we were together earlier. It's like, all right, you're going to straighten your ass out, but it's nice color. Really nice color. Purples and blues and silvers and things. And, then the cards aren't bad either. They are my colors.
Oh, yeah.
We all know that I'm a little bit strawberry shortcake, whether you think it or not.
Not a little bit strawberry shortcake. You are totally strawberry shortcake.
Yeah. So the juicier the colors, yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Tony said the 4 C's of tarot versus diamonds.
Correct.
Yeah. And Arita said, I feel the same way. There are a few black and whites I like for the drama, but mostly like jewel tones. So
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Color is fun.
Yeah. Beth said, I'm always attracted to decks with sunset colors, muted lavenders and grays and autumnal oranges.
Oh, there's that beautiful word.
Yes. Autumnal. I'm going to write that down so that I can make it a word of the day sponsored by.
Yeah, sponsored by. I don't know.
And I'm going to totally do it. I don't know. You've got the haircut, Jamie, just missing the cloth bonnet. Or strawberry shortcake.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I cut 4 inches of my hair off. So I'm waiting for it to grow again. I want to be one of those dolls that I had as a kid. Well, actually, I didn't have one. Neighbor kid, where you pull your hair when you cut it. You pull your hair and it pulls back out to the length that it used to be. Can I be one of those dolls? Anyway.
You can be whatever you want, Jamie.
Thank you.
I'm totally going to let you do that.
Thanks.
I'm a big fan of bright colors. I do that when I decorate, when I do quilting. Yeah. So I want the colors to be vibrant and
quilting? Huh.
When I do quilting.
Go ahead. Wow. I totally threw him off, guys. Sorry.
She threw me under the freaking bus is what she did, everybody. So anyhow, I mean, I think part of it may be is because like this is the Robin Wood tarot and the colors are very vibrant and it's very clear. So it's like when you're taking a photograph of something, there's no mist or anything like that. So I am a huge fan of intense colors that I can see because I don't want it to be foggy.
Yeah, I agree.
So
but we'll get to that one. That's one of the prompts. Yeah.
So and
yes,
and but I also see you know, I have a whole bunch of decks around me. So, but I like the color of the Curious Travels.
Oh, so do I.
It's because really yeah, it's consistent and it makes me feel good. So and so
it's very Robin Woodish though.
Yeah. And and it's like they're not really watercolors, they're maybe gouache, something like that. So
yeah, I agree. They're pretty.
So that is color. Anything else you want to add about color?
No, but Peter J. Watch said that he is total drab. Give him earth tones or give him death. Wow.
That's tough.
I know.
Well, he is the grit.
He'll talk to you about dirt, not soil, but he'll talk to you about dirt.
Dirt, not soil. Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
Sure.
So the next one is clarity. What do you mean by clarity?
I have a couple of decks. Jonathan has one of them that the artwork isn't as clear, but it's specific for me in that I want whatever is in front of me, that picture, to evoke something, either pulling the meaning of the card so that the card actually has something to do with what the card is, but that it connects in clarity to me when I'm laying the cards out. So that's what I mean by clarity.
Okay. And I mean clarity in the sense of the images need to be clear.
Yep.
Font matters.
Oh yes, we talked about that, didn't we?
I do not want something where I can't tell what the card says. And yeah,
clear.
So I need to have that clarity around it. I also, from a big standpoint, is I need to be able to understand the message of the visual of that card as it relates to the meaning of the card.
100% agree with you.
And Peter, by the way, said gritty drab.
Yeah.
And Tony said, I like a vomit of rainbows.
Amen, sister.
So, and and Beth asked me a question. Those colors look muted to me. Sages and wait for it, autumnal oranges. Yes. Yes. So,
me too, Beth. Me too.
Yeah, font matters. It's, the size of the text is important. I mean, it's like, yeah. So don't get me started on that. Oh, yeah. So, clarity is insanity. Why you are my remedy.
It's a song.
Oh, okay. Okay. And
I'll help him, Tony.
no, I don't, but I have Gerald made me do it Spectro Whirl, which
Well, that's a vomit. Woo! That's some color.
that is
Yeah.
a lot of color. That is a lot of color, and I'm hoping that the Oracle deck will come out soon. So, yeah, the Spectro Whirl. So, all right. Do you have some clarity you want to show? Show more of that.
Oh, sure. Well, yeah, let's just go with her. So for me, the Ravenstream is very clear for me.
Mm-hmm.
Super clear. Everything, the messages are there. I can delve into extra symbolism.
Yes.
Even though it is a collage deck, I happen to gravitate towards MJ's artwork. So it's very clear for me. Super duper clear in both message and artwork.
Yeah. And
by the way, we are taking pretty much decks that are around us that we're using right now.
yep.
Because we figured to do this, it would have to be things that we know, and things that feel yummy and that you use all the time. Anyway.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
how, because, we would, I would still be searching for stuff if I couldn't do it. But we did what's around us, because this is just what tempts us for adding a deck to our collection. And there is no, curated.
Yeah, I think for me, the temptation is the stuff that I gravitate towards that I'm going to use all the time. And it's not necessarily true that you use it all the time, but for me, it seems that what's around me are those temptation things with those colors and yummy whatever,
Yes. Do you have it, Jamie? That deck has my favorite colors in a deck.
Same.
So
this is the bag I got for it, that matches the back, and I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Any guesses on what mine would be? I'm putting her on the spot. We didn't talk about this before.
No.
Mine is the out of hand.
Out of hand. I should have known that.
Mine is the out of hand, because not only are the colors clear, the images are clear, and it adds a great layer of meaning to it. And when I read with it, it's like it's a really clear message. So
yeah, I have that one right over there too. So I love it.
Yeah, it's great, and it's out of print. So sorry, everybody. Sorry. All right, let me put this away. And then if we don't get to some of our decks in the description of stuff, we will actually share what we have. Okay, we ready for the next one?
Sure.
Cut.
For me, it's
I'm going to say, Beth also said, I also like the choice of font on the out of hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easily readable.
Yeah. It's very readable. Very readable.
Yeah. Jamie definitely does her research into what works.
Okay. I'm going to,
I'm over the whole FOMO thing.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
I've started, Nancy, because you're making a point. So, which is good.
Okay. Where are we?
We're on cut.
Cut. So for me, it's the shape of the card. How does it fit in my hand? I'm going to leave Carat alone. But do you like a round deck? Do you like, a poker size deck? Is it more, this size? Do you like Oracle? Blah, blah, blah. So for me, if everything could be a normal standard size, it would be lovely. I can shuffle this particular deck because of the paper, but
here's what I found.
Oh, shush. I don't need thesis samples on cut and stuff. Shush, Mr. Irishman. Anyway, the perfect size is a tarot size for me to shuffle. I have several poker size, like this is Nellie's. And the reason I like this is because I can jam this in my pocket legit on my cargo pants for work, and I can take it wherever I want to go. Yeah. So it's always about, can it travel? Can it travel well? And that's why I always get bags, because I don't like boxes. And you would think that this is kind of ridiculous, but I like to protect my decks, but I don't like the boxes.
Yes.
So tarot size is the perfect size for me. Mm-hmm. Unless it's super shuffleable, like the Raven's Dream.
Yes. Well, and that brings me to, this is all about, this is making me think about things. And so it's causing me to have. This section of the video is brought to you by the word conundrum. Everyone say it with me. Conundrum. Conundrum. An intricate and difficult problem. No conundrum here. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channels. Conundrum.
I like that one.
I had planned that word a while ago, and I'm looking, we are talking about C's. So, So for me, cut is about the size of the deck and the cardstock.
Yep.
So cardstock is important to me in that respect, because cut reminds me. So I have the 5-cent tarot. So, and I know you're thinking about, I know what you're thinking about, but I wanted to, I think the cut about it really helps it shine when I use it. So, like a really good size for me is the Sassurabito Tiny Traveler.
Really?
Yes. And it's a linen type of finish. And I know that can go with the last one that we're talking about, but there's something about it that fits really nicely for me. So
I agree with you. I have the original Sassy Burrito, and I bought the miniature one because of you, not because I need it. And I honestly have never shuffled it. It's sitting back there. The original I use, but I haven't used the little one.
I have like 3 versions of this. So because I like the images a lot. So I also think about that the shape. I have a couple of round decks, including the 2-cent the 2 penny Oracle.
The Oracle deck,
yeah. So it's that one of those things. It's like I haven't used it a lot, but that's okay.
Do you like regular corners, rounded corners?
I prefer a rounded corner. I mean, something like this is fine. If I get something that isn't round, I'll freaking trim it.
Same.
So, and it doesn't need to be a deep cut.
No,
it doesn't need to be a deep round. It's just, works for me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get caught up into some of the chat. I'm going to remove that banner because then we're to the last one. All right. Tony said cut must fit in hand. Fournier is perfect to fondle. I don't own that. So I like Llewellyn for size and shuffle. Raven's Dream is a great cardstock, thank goodness. Wish for Hoxa had it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jackie's Crystal Moon is here, and birthday is today, I believe. Happy birthday. I think it's today. Oh, yes, it's a good word. It's a conundrum. When are you going to use it?
He'll be a curmudgeon if you don't use conundrum. Sip, sip.
Trying to think of another word for sip that starts with a C. And Tony said, I'm working on an interactive playful spread for October. So if I manage to pull this off, would love to hear if it works in normal people's collections. Well, if there are any normal people here, please let her know. So, okay. 5 Cent Tarot has a luscious shuffle.
Yeah, it does.
For me, it definitely does. Robin, Toadstool Tarot. Hi, Robin. Cards are designed to be held in your hands. Cut is important. Absolutely. Absolutely. Current Kickstarter 3rd edition Serpent and Peacock is better sized than the art version for handling.
Interesting. I have the Serpent and the Peacock over there, but
I do not. So, and White Wolf Mother said, I love smaller decks, but dislike that the guidebook is small.
Oh, yeah.
I love to know and read the interpretation of the author and artist. Absolutely. And that's where that idea of clarity is really important. I want a good book. I need to be able to see it. So,
I agree.
And Robin did corner around the Zammers, the Zammer twins. All right. So, are we ready for the next one?
Sure.
All right. Carat.
So this one's the most important. I mean, they're all important, but so since my hands are messed up most of the time, I know, and this is directed at no one, it's just an observation. When Raven's Dream came out, there were all kinds of comments about the cardstock and how they thought it was flimsy and this and that and blah, blah, blah. This cardstock has a slight rose petal, slight. Of course, if it was linen, it would be the cat's meow, okay?
Yes.
Because linen is my thing. But this cardstock, especially for this size of a card, is fantastic for me. I was worried when I heard that it had changed because For Hoxa is one of my favorite decks and most used and sits right down there all the time. This would be like paper because that's what somebody had described it at, etc. This is the perfect for me. Okay. Absolute perfect. But it's about the weight of the cardstock. The size matters. But if everything could be linen, it would be lovely. But it can't be. So this would be my second best. If it's too thick, what does it say? New deck, unfinished business. Also, we'll have the Raven's Dream cardstock, I believe. Got it. Yeah, I pre-ordered that one just because it's MJ. But in any case, yeah, that's about what I know about that. What my favorite things are.
Well, and Carat also goes to weight.
Yes, weight.
So, and Jonathan agrees, Jamie. Linen cardstock is great.
And didn't Nancy have a comment that fit into the Carat weight that you starred?
Oh, yeah. Here, let me get that. I am over the whole FOMO thing. I have to be really drawn to a deck now. Color and clarity are very important, and how they make me feel. And so for me, that idea of Carat is that experience of holding a deck.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. How
Yeah.
does it feel in my deck, in my hands? Is it really, is it heavy? Is it too light? I want it to have a great, I need
You
it
want to connect to it.
yeah, I want to connect to it, and it doesn't need to be over the top. And I
Mm-hmm.
will say the thing also about, for FOMO, I'll be honest, for me, sometimes the carrot
Mm-hmm.
is that it's out of print or it's rare,
Mm-hmm.
because I like that. I am a collector, no
Mm-hmm.
shame or anything like that. I'm a
Yeah.
collector, and I like to have that stuff.
Yeah. So 2 things. Funny for Tony. How about consume the chalice, aka sip sip? She's
Okay.
smart. She's
Consume the
smart.
chalice.
Consuming.
Consume the contents of the chalice.
All right, fair enough. And then Beth. So Beth said, "Me too, Jamie. I may need an MJ intervention." So I will always need an MJ intervention. She lives not far from where I lived in Seattle. I pretty much adore everything that she has done, and it takes nothing for me for Gerald or Jonathan to say, "Oh, have you seen?" Oh yeah, click. But this is every deck of MJs that I have not used. I cut it all down so that it all matches, and I made a 250 card Oracle deck out of it. I
There you
wrote on them, I did the things, and yeah, there you go.
So it's 250 cards.
Yeah, it makes me happy. Oh, yeah. Duh.
No question about it.
Do you know me?
Marita said, I love handling low Scarabeo decks, but the little white books are hit and miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And apparently there is a pre-order. I mean, for the pre-order of the Unfinished Business, comes with a storybook, I guess,
Yeah.
you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And only if it's carrot cake.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Carrot can make you want to hop and nibble, nibble.
yeah. And Beth said, OMG, that's dangerous, or genius, that's dangerous. And Hershey said, I still don't have any MJ decks. Hopefully soon, though. I don't have any MJ decks. And there is a request to show us, Jamie, because Jonathan also says, no one else has that Oracle, Jamie, so you.
I know. I love this bag that Kelly made. So I edged them all.
Yes.
Oh, can you say the word for me, Beth? Come on now. They are autumnal. I like the fact that they all have the different backs, right? And I wasn't precious with this. I don't care. So this one, you won't be able to see it, but in the ocean it says deep wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wrote on it. Let's see, like this one, right? You know what that card is, but I've changed it because this is an oracle, so it says break out. Mm-hmm. Right? Regeneration. Okay, the stag means something to me. It's a big deal for me in my practice. The bees. Dedication is the name of the card. So yeah, some magpies, creativity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love this thing. It was many evenings of sitting and chatting with Gerald and wearing steel gloves to make sure that I didn't cut myself to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's great fun.
Beth asked, how many and which ones, please?
Oh gosh. So Roar is in there. The Midnight one is in there. Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to think. There's like 4 tarot decks and 3 Oracle in there. And now they're all Oracle because they make me happy. but 250, give or take, cards that I worked on.
I love it. 250, give or take.
Bye,
Um,
Robin.
Michelle Marie is here. Hello. And grocery time. Pick up some carrots.
Pick up some
Guardians of the Night, I recognized, she said.
Yep. I'm gonna go. I'll tell you here in just a second. I'm gonna look really fast, and I'll tell you which ones.
Because we want you to be informed about the deck that the Oracle deck that Jamie created.
Like it's really that important.
Well,
but I have fun.
It is. It's Carat.
Fun.
It's huge.
Yes. All right. You ready?
Twisted Sushi is off to a nap. Good night.
Ooh, good night. Have a good nap.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, maybe. Her website sometimes drives me crazy because it doesn't give me what I want, how I want it. Okay, so it's a lie.
You need me to like play a word or something like that?
No, Guardian of the Night, Roar, the Urban Crow Oracle is in there. I did not cut up my Grimalkin. That is still solid. Raven's Dream is not in there. For Hoxa is not in there because I used both of those. There's something that's missing though out of this list that's in there, but in any case.
Nice. Yeah. So how about we chug a lug?
Chug a lug. Content chug a lug.
Cheers, Tony.
Oh, snap.
There you go. Jonathan said my sticker oracle is 111 cards, and it was Jaime Gerald and Tangi that I drew inspiration from.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
and
nice.
Beth said I love Grimalkin and for Hoxa and Crow.
Yeah, I love my Grimalkin.
So I don't have the Furhoxa.
You don't have any MJ decks?
I don't think so.
Hey, Debbie.
Debbie is here. Welcome, Debbie. We're doing deck temptations. And we are now at, wait a minute. I'm talking about Carat also. And so I do like a FOMO instance if I am attracted to it. That will help me, especially when creators are very honest and like, this isn't going to be published again. And so that's why I bought the Nested Tarot.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a Jamie Sawyer. I like that. So that adds value. And I like a good weight, the Radical Abundance. So this is a nice shuffleability. This has got a lot of good stuff to it.
Oh yeah, it's got the color, it's got the cut, it's clear. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a beautiful shuffler.
So it's like, yeah. So it's really great with that. So okay. And Fogo Pogo, hello, good to see you. I made a set for a friend of mine and Tanis Lenormand deck with 3 bonus deck. All the cards were inspired by dog breeds. I have 3 decks that I own, all spoke to me in one way or another. I totally get that.
I like it.
Totally get that. And Hershey, I want to know what you've got. What's your FOMO?
Yeah, what is your FOMO? I'm curious.
What's your FOMO? Because that also goes with the random thing, cost. If you wanted to add a 5th to it, it would be cost.
Cost. Are we going to talk about that?
I think I just mentioned it. So I think, oh, here, should I put a banner in? Here, let's create a banner. Okay, so there we go. And bonus cost.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, is I think about this in the sense of, I very carefully know my limits and I purchase responsibly the majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I am, what am I going to be? What's the impact going to have for me?
Right.
And so I do not want, I mean, I have paid a lot of money for some decks and they are in my collection, curated, behind glass,
Mm-hmm.
all of that stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm okay with paying decent money for a independent creators deck.
Mm-hmm.
So and there's no shame about that. If you need to not have that, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. But things that make me pause are things like $50 for an oracle deck that's 30 cards.
Yeah. Not gonna happen. I don't care how much I like it.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I like my Oracle decks to have some thunk to them, and I won't pay top dollar for something that is very small. Um, I I am a collector, just like you, for and I'm not saying this about your collection. This is my words on my stuff. Oh, so that's funny. Not funny, haha. So you were talking about the embroidered graveyard. This is one of my ones for color and for clarity.
That is a beautiful deck.
This deck, and now are you looking at the new ones, the white and the black? Or are you looking at the first edition? This is the first edition. I didn't get the white or the black. I highly recommend this deck, and this is not for FOMO. This is not for go spend your money. That's not what I mean. This deck, for me, if I'm going to give it a personality, talks a lot.
Yeah,
a lot, and I enjoy that. But anyway,
she's looking for the first.
Mm-hmm. So to go back, and that wasn't me being a dick. I'm sorry, Hershey. It's just I happen to have it right there, and I hadn't brought it up. But where was I? Cost. So for me, it's all about the package. What do you get, right? So that's why I tend to go a lot of times to Kickstarter or to an independent person's website if they have something like the gal that did the Shadow Moonchild Tarot, right? Mm-hmm. Getting it directly from her website, Danielle Noel. I like to support independent folks. Yeah. So that's where a lot of times I end up with Kickstarter, just because. Now, it's always a crapshoot. When are you going to get it? Is it really going to be the quality you want? Are they going to do the things? But,
Yeah. Well, and Debbie said, I have a few I splurged on with no regrets. And now I really it really has to speak to me to get my money. Absolutely.
That's where he and I are. That's where we are. We're like, okay, we've grown our collection so much that it's like, I don't want to duplicate something. I don't need 9 million spooky decks, right? I have 3 decks that I use primarily during the time that we're sliding into. The embroidered graveyard would be one of them. The Boo Tarot, just because it's the light and the fun, right? And then I have a new one that Kelly Fitzgerald turned me on to, which is very skeletal, which I dig.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Marita said, oh, cool, I got that deck. They mailed it without any packaging. The top lid fell off the tuck box, but I love the deck. Just talking about the radical abundance.
Oh, yeah, Henry.
I need to pull this. I need to pull this out again.
So do I.
Yeah. Embroidered tarot is George, not remotely tempted by the Oracle.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, so I first got the embroidered tarot, Tony, and I don't know if you have it, but I was turned off by all the foiling on it.
Oh, interesting. That's
Mhm.
a good question. I mean,
Because it was so cool. I watched the little documentary about how she made each card and, embroidered in the whole nine. So I was just bummed out by the extra crap on the cards.
well, and that's an interesting question because when we think about, you know, Carat could also be the bling.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got some decks that have bling on them,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not good shufflers. The usability isn't such. So
Yeah.
and part of what I think about is with these 4+1 C's is what's it gonna look like on camera if I'm using it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't use it all. I mean,
Right.
I don't use all of my decks. Beth
Right.
said, "I'm waiting for the Bohemian Gothic." It was my unicorn deck.
Oh, interesting.
And Hershey said, I feel, yeah, when I got the green Terra Animal Oracle, expensive AF, and I loved every single time I used it. So definitely beautiful presentation when it arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I have the gold foil tarot, and it's a slippery mess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, there's some things when the bling is too much.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, when the Radical Crystal deck, the second edition in the normal size, um, is it this one? Yeah, when this one arrived, um, this thing, as Gerald knows, I've used the hell out of the bigger version, the Oracle size, but it's beautiful seafoam side, and it's the cards, and then on the other side are all the things about the crystal.
yeah.
But when this arrived, the presentation was bar none amazing. And Carrie just does a really nice job. It's beautiful.
Beth also said the art edition Serpent and Peacock has incredible matte gilding. Looks medieval, great shuffler too.
Oh, cool.
Tortoiseshell Moon. Kathy said, I'm not a big fan of gilded edging. Hi, by the way. Good to see you. I am okay with gilded edging. It has to shuffle, and I don't want it to cut my hands when I shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Fogo said, I love my cards with gold on them. Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot.
Yeah, this is the literary tarot, right? Waited forever and a day for it. And super shiny. And it has the embellishments and stuff, but for some reason this doesn't offend me as much as some others. But this had hella sharp gilding on it. And I ended up taking sandpaper to it.
Remember, yeah.
And then a black Sharpie. And I really kind of like the antique look, considering it goes with the literary, because they're talking about stories from all different ages, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
But I cannot, because of this cardstock and the edge that the gilding gave, I cannot shuffle this in the whole thing because it's so fat. I have to half it and then half it again to shuffle.
Yeah. Heather Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts is here. Hello.
Hey.
Arta got their unicorn full size 78 animal deck. I expected it to be better stocked than the mini, but it isn't.
That's a bummer.
Oh, the Sacred Bee and She Wolf have beautiful edging, respectively. Love that.
Agree.
Debbie said, I recently got the Citadel and the Symbolic Souls Tarot. Both are blingy. And Marita said, yeah, hey. Marita. So I think, yes, I think I like the Sacred Bee decks.
Yeah, I think they're beautiful.
They're really, really well done. So I completely agree with you on that. Please hold. Let me. I am also a fan of the. I like the edging on the 5-cent tarot. It's a matte gilding.
Yeah, I like that too.
So
I love a good matte, a really pretty matte. It doesn't have to be the shiny stuff, but a really pretty matte gilding, because it shuffles then.
It does shuffle.
No edges to catch. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so it's like, I get it. So, okay. So let's review what we've covered. I love a matte gilding.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay. So color is really important because I want it to be vibrant, or I want the color to, I'm a color snob. I want the color to also be representative of the feel of the deck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
And so there's that. Oh, you're welcome, Coyote. Thank you all for teaching me about the different types of cards out there. Yeah, there's so many. Beth asked, question, does anyone ever have to stop themselves from buying a deck they love, but no, it's not for them? Reminds me of clothes shopping in high school. Yes.
I always press pause when there's just the question, the little inkling of, is this already something that I have, and I'm just the little bead to the flower because it's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I also think about what Lisa Papez does. You know, she considers what deck, and she's thinking about what it is.
Mm-hmm.
What does she already have something in her collection that might
Yeah.
fill that need? I think that's a great way to do it.
Yeah. She's a smart cookie. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I also realize that there are people whose tastes are very different than mine on YouTube. And as
Mm-hmm.
I see them using a deck, I like it and appreciate it in their hands, but not in mine.
Yeah.
So I keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when we're talking jewelry, sometimes a ring will look really good on you, but it will look horrible on me. So,
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Pierrette is here. Hello.
Hi.
Tortoiseshell Moon said, I love the matte gilding. It's just the sharp, shiny edge I'm not a fan of. Looks gorgeous, but it makes it unusable. So, yeah, drawn to some cards, and I have to weigh the ratio of good to bad cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same, Beth. I like too blingy or pastel or mini animal decks. I love them. I want to use them, but I know I won't. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, and Heather says, Beth, there's a deck on Etsy that I love, but aside from the price, I'm like, do I?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do I? And Jonathan says, I always look for flip through. If I'm hesitant about buying a deck, then I see if it's something that doesn't fit my aesthetic, or there's a card that ruins the deck for me.
Mm-hmm.
And, certainly that, there's key cards, and Pamela Batchelor, hi, Pamela, says one card can ruin a deck for me.
It's
Absolutely.
true. Because you know what happens? You know what happens to me?
What?
I have that one card that I just cannot stand, and it will show up all the time to flip me off every reading, every single time. And it's usually a really bad tower.
Yes.
Because, I have a thing with the tower, right?
Yeah. Well, and it's like clarity too. It's like
Mm-hmm.
if the cards are pretty,
Mm-hmm.
but that's all they are, is this a deck I intended to use?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to go ahead?
There is a deck, and I will not say the name. There is a deck that you and myself and someone else did a casual on that is very pretty. And I love it. And I was all about it because it had my favorite color in it, and it flowers, and it is very pretty. It sits back there.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
Yeah.
Will I get rid of it? No. But it's something I learned about myself, that we were so jazzed and so blah, 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 blah. And other than us sitting in the evening and shuffling cards and stuff like that, I haven't used it since.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So we also talked about clarity. And again, if you do this deck temptations, Oracle, Tarot, whatever, think about those things. I've got your question marked, Beth. Cut again. It's got to feel good in the hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to see, some people, they start off with a deck that's really, really huge, so you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were to take it down, you wouldn't have that. It's like what is it? The alchemical tarot,
Oh yeah.
really big one. I mean, it's like this big.
It's the size of my head.
Yes, it needs to be that size because of that, but people want to make it smaller. It's like that, you're missing the purpose.
Well, it's like the Black Madonna, all the little dioramas that the creator did. And if you made them small or even tarot size, you wouldn't see all the detail there. So they are bigger cards.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful, right?
Yeah. I consider those my art collection decks.
Sure.
I have art collection decks. I need to get them out and look at them and appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
And Kathy said, I have a deck I love but never use it, as it is a bit style over substance, but very pretty. I mean, and I have decks that I do that with very specifically. So, okay. So Beth asks, what are your go-to cards? Like, you won't get the deck if they suck. Mine, the Moon, the High Priestess, the Eight of Cups, and the Six of Swords.
What are yours, Gerald?
9 and 10 of Swords, the Moon, the Hermit, 2 of Pentacles, and probably the Hierophant.
Oh yeah, okay. So High Priestess, Tower, 9 of Pentacles, 9 and 10 of Swords. I look at the 3 of Swords only because it's a favorite for a friend of mine. And if it kind of is boring, it's kind of a bummer. That one won't turn me off of buying a deck because they're a lot like that. I like fresh interpretation is what I like. But
yes.
And I always look at the Chariot because that's Kelly Fitzgerald's birth card. And I always end up, when I get a new deck, if she doesn't have it, I send her the card and say, okay, what do you think of this? So those are mine. But I always look at the Tower because the whole falling people, if I can make them fade out, I will.
Yeah. Heather said, Devil tends to irritate me in some of my decks.
Oh, sure.
And
interesting, Kathy.
Aces are make or break for me. I can see that.
The starter of the suit. Huh.
Yeah. I like that. And Beth also added the Chariot.
Yeah, it's a big one.
So, yeah. Heather mentioned my Black Moon astrology oracle is so big they tend to make my finger raw. If I'm not careful shuffling. Oh my. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I love a pretty ace as well.
Absolutely. Agreed.
But yeah. So we have covered all of the prompts in the deck temptations.
You know what I love about the chat, though? The beautiful thing, other than the quote best chatters, okay? What I like is the people that we've hung out with for several years. I like hearing what is important to them, what they, how they kind of go through the things of what fascinates them, what doesn't. I like that because then it's not just the two of us sitting here.
Yeah.
But we're actually learning about the people that we care about, which is kind of cool.
I agree with you. D, hello, D, said 3 of Swords. If the swords are poor, then it's a no.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. I have a friend here in town that, man, if that 3 of Swords blows, it's a no.
For me, it's often if I can tolerate the Devil, Death, or the 10 of Swords. I get it.
Yep.
I get it.
Yeah.
So what decks do you have around you? Curiosity. Unless people don't want to know what's around you.
Oh, well, I don't, it's okay. I was going to say I don't care, but I do. Raven's Dream, the newest edition of the Revelation deck, SKT, the Radiant
Why are you
Crystal.
not holding them up?
Because my camera isn't that in it.
That's true. Okay.
And it won't show the Boo Literary. I do have the new Thoth Journey Aquarius edition, but I really haven't screwed around with that. I have a Law of Attraction deck here, which I really love. Beautiful pastels. Yeah, I have a whole drawer over here that I kind of, fish through. But
Yeah.
I will show you. So hold up. That one deck I was telling you about, it's the one that Kelly Fitzgerald actually showed it, and then it's like the perfect time of year, and it's ancestral. Beauty of the Bones tarot.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And look at this back.
Ooh, nice.
Isn't that pretty?
Mhm.
But speaking of aces, the Ace of Wands.
Mhm.
But everything is it's collagey, but I love it. It's got it, like I said, it's the colors. It's I love this 5 of nails.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but it's purples, lots of purples and red, and stuff.
Yeah.
It's here. This is 3 of nails. I thought that was interesting. It's no different of a take, but when it's in 3D, it's kind of different,
Yeah. Debbie said we were just a bunch of chatty Cathys.
Oh yeah.
And our words should be verbose. So, and if the word fits. Yep.
Yeah.
And Heather said, Jamie, check out the 3 of Swords from the Mystic Palette by Marchetti. I love it. Untraditional for sure.
I do love a non-traditional.
Yeah, and Beth, you're right. Yes, Jamie, yes, so fun. It's like coming into a house and looking at the bookshelves.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tony asked me if, behind glass and stuff like that, if you were going to get a tour. No, because then you would try to break into my house and take them.
Oops.
We're not doing that.
Hey, Heather, it's called The Truth and Story.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't link from here, otherwise I would. But yeah, it's The Truth and Story. In story.
Yes. What deck would you recommend for someone with one hand and would love to start learning to read cards?
Ooh, something that's easy to shuffle, like Robin Wood, or that'll overhand really well.
Yeah.
Something with no stick.
Thomas at Tarot Your Way actually uses a card shuffler.
Yeah.
And so he gets poker-sized decks. So. So. Verbose is mine. Okay, so I have the Curious Travelers. I shared that.
Yeah.
And I have the This Might Hurt Tarot, because one of the things about it is with the clarity is I like the age differences, and people who I'm reading for can see themselves in this deck. I have the Out of Hand. I have the Sasarabito, Tiny Traveler, Radical Abundance, the 5-cent Tarot, and the Out of Hand. So those are some of the ones that I had around me. Okay, thank you, Jonathan. We got that. We got a suggestion for Coyote. I think the Practical Wisdom Tarot would be good. It's a small deck and has the picture and meaning on the same card, landscape. Okay, that could be good. So, and Calla Lizzie, it's okay. It's all good. She is talking about the 5-cent Tarot. I'm not sure what you were saying about that. Oh, and Beth is waiting for the Curious Travelers to come out in mass market. So, and Robin is back from the grocery. That was a quick run to the grocery.
That was really quick. Did Bodega down on the corner or what?
Something. I don't know. So, and yeah, let us know, Coyote, what you end up with.
Yeah.
I
Super
mean,
curious. Yeah.
because you just need to mix the cards. You can riffle shuffle, or you can wash them. You can't riffle shuffle with one hand, but you can wash them. You can do lots of cuts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So cool. Calla Lizzie is here. So,
Hey.
all right. So therein lies the contents of our deck hashtag Octothorpe Deck Temptations. So if you are interested in doing a follow-up, please do. Link.
Mm-hmm.
I created a playlist, so I'm going to watch for those. And
Mm-hmm.
Coyote said I wash them.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, that's what I have to do when several of my joints aren't working. There's just no way to shuffle them even, so I have to do a wash as well, or overhand kind of thing.
Oh, and Robin was out in the park near the grocery.
Oh, I see.
Doesn't mess around.
I don't mess around.
So there you go. So, all right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks. It's cool.
Yeah. So thanks for hanging out. Jamie and I will be together again next week at this time with Julie Kusha Watts, and we are talking about houses in astrology.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That'll be awesome. So Oracles of Healing Light is here. Hello.
Hi.
Love this. Would love to partake in a future episode. Well, Heather, you can do this. What are your deck temptations? The link is the description's below.
I'd like to hear it.
I want to hear it. So, yep. All right, everyone, take care. We will see you again soon. Bye.
Peace.